Hello guys, it's Chris here, and I'm just having a little bit of a real talk. It's a real talk session today, so if you're a bit squirmish about stuff regarding mental health, or really like raw talk, and then no filters, and just a genuine conversation, then please, you can just stay away, and do stay away, because I'm not trying to offend anyone. So yes, so I am studying a course called musical theater, and it's been crazy. It's been great. It's given me so many opportunities, but it's also been hard in the sense that you push yourself in terms of vulnerability that you didn't even know you had in you. So it's a gift, and it's also a difficulty. And I guess I've always had a problem where I have never dared to use my voice. Like, I mean, seriously, like I could be quiet in front of people that I know for 2 years. I could be the one that doesn't speak up in a group of friends, or at least that was my past group of friends. I always felt like I didn't have the voice. I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to point fingers, because friendships do come and go, and what's important is not trying to blame the other party, but recognizing the flaws and the strengths on both sides. Like, hey, there are things that I find that you could have done better, and there are things that I probably could have done better for you. And I think it's very important to be matured and just open to seeing the picture as not a blaming session, but more of like a, okay, how do I get better about this friendship and everything. And so yeah, and there's something that I've always wanted to talk about, and that is the concept of loneliness. Look, I do not have many friends, okay? And trust me, I love social media in the sense that when I'm talking about shared experiences about mental health or powerful, inspiring messages, we can always find it, and it's amazing, it's motivating, because people out there who's a human being just like you, same flesh, same eyes, same mouth, they're standing there trying to share their story, even though it's really hard. And of course it's inspiring. But at the same time, social media can be really, really fake. And what I mean by that is, people like to share stories of them hugging with their friends and laughing and blah blah blah, but people don't often share the times when they break down and are crying like a sobbing, disgusting, snotty mess in the pillow. Like, people don't post shit like that. And that's honestly, to me, life is a whole parcel of those things. It's a balance of the really, really shitty, ugly, I'm so lonely and I'm so whatever, and the lovely moments. Granted, there are people who are more optimistic, and kudos to them, but I'm just saying that social media has a tendency to make me feel, at least, that people are sharing the best parts about their life and everything is great, and it's not. And I don't know, I created this YouTube channel because I'm trying to practice using my voice. Obviously, of course, I'm nervous about it. Of course, I have my reservations being so vulnerable in front of people. Well, I would say it's vulnerability for a good cause. It's not really for any other aim than to just be real. Really just be real, because it's struggle to be real sometimes, especially in front of people. It's not easy, and I'm not trying to make people feel like who may know me through. Who knows, if it's not like ex-friends who are following my channel, I don't know, and they might be like, oh, blah blah blah. But no, life is not perfect, and for me, I struggle with that a lot, like especially the whole friends thing. If you have mental health issues, it's a struggle. You're not that bumbling, light ball that just attracts people all around. And not everyone is like that, and it's okay. Trust me on this. Loneliness is an epidemic. Loneliness is the epidemic of our generation and the generations after, because and I'm guilty of it. Like, we go to the train and all we see are people's heads on their phones, their eyes on their phones, and everyone's just, I mean, sure, one could argue that social media has helped us connect in the times of crisis, which is true, but at the same time, where has the interactions outside of the phone gone to? Where has the conversations outside of so-called group chats gone to? There's more and more, social media, I feel, should be a tool to break down walls between people, not create more walls. And so that's just my opinion. There's good and bad on the power of social media and its impact on loneliness, because I'm not, like, of course I'm hesitant to say that I'm lonely and I have very few friends. That's the truth. I do not have like 10 friends. Like, when I say friends, I mean like friends, not acquaintances. I mean like friends. I do not have up to 10 friends. I would even wonder if I had five friends, because because also having mental health issues, and there's nothing wrong with having mental issues, by the way. Like, trust me, there's no stigma, and there should not be a stigma against it. Like, nothing wrong with having depression. There's nothing wrong with having any of these conditions, because they are valid. They are valid. If they were not valid, they wouldn't even be approved to be in the psychology books, right? They wouldn't even be there because it's fake. But it's not fake. It's real. So it's a condition just like any other sicknesses. Like, honestly, and there is so much stigma against being I don't know, like a YouTuber. I'm not saying I am a YouTuber yet, but I'm being a YouTuber, being a person online, saying, oh, I have a mental health issue, and people are like, oh, you have a I'm like, come on. It's like, if I say I have a broken arm, like, you're not gonna be like, oh, you have a broken arm. Like, so what? It's just, okay, you have a broken arm. Okay, so what next, And yeah, so well, of course, if people have their own discomfort about sharing stuff, respect that, because everybody has their own boundaries, and you need to respect that. So for me, I think, yeah, having mental health issues is a struggle, because you struggle to make friends, especially a lot of friends, because you're still trying to figure yourself out. At least I'm just saying that's for me. I'm not saying this is for everybody. Some people could be the opposite, who could have a million friends and yet have not even one friend to talk to. You can have a million friends, but who's the one that will be there when you're crying and you're snotty, disgusting mess on the pillow? Not many people can have that many friends. And mental health issues is really isolating. First of all, the worst thing about it for me is loneliness. People just can't understand, or you hesitate to tell people, and some people may not even take it properly. They may be like, oh, you're just making excuses, you're like being this and this on purpose, and you're like, no honey, it's not. Because they don't get it because they don't understand the feelings. It's always like that. I found in my experience, the people who really understand or show the most compassion are the people who have been through it themselves. It's always those that haven't been through it. They'll be like, what do you mean? Like, you're just making excuses. I don't get it. They'll be like, they will not, they literally will not, they will not understand. And that creates loneliness. You know what I mean? Or people who are really centered on work, and everything is about the work. And no, I don't think everything is about the work. There has to be a place for, humanity. And it does feel like a losing game. Sharing and being vulnerable is so hard. And of course, you never know who might be watching your channel. It could be anybody. But it's not something that should be shameful, and I don't want anyone to think that having mental health issues, be depression or anxiety disorders, or even post-traumatic stress disorder, these are not things that you should be ashamed of, because I don't think anybody wants it. And some people could have gone through so much pain, so much abuse inflicted onto them against their consent, that the fact that they're standing here and the fact that they're seeking help, it's a miracle. And it should never be something to be ashamed of, or like, oh, to the person. It should be, in fact, something that's admired. I feel it should be something that's admired. It should be respected, given the same amount of dignity as you would give anything else. And yeah, and it's raw, you know what I mean? It sucks. It's beautiful in the sense that you might be insightful and all that, but it also sucks because it's so lonely. It's hard to make friends because you don't know what part of you that you can share. You don't know what it's like to tell someone, like, hey, something, I only have like one friend when I'm sad. Like, I only have one person right now, like, that I can talk to. It sucks. And it sucks. And you don't have to claim that you have 10 friends or 20 friends, and have no one to talk to, because that's not the point, and of course, me being here trying to share, it takes a lot of courage for me to share, because it's not a pleasant topic to some people. They may not understand, but at the same time, when I think about it personally, for me, the people that I've always respected the most are not the people that are totally healthy, totally no mental conditions, totally no struggles. It's not like I look up to those people. The people that I really, really admire and respect with all my heart and everything are people who are struggling. They are struggling with so many things, and they have they could have mental health issues like depression, major depressive disorder, or they could have, you know, generalized anxiety disorder. They could have things, or PTSD or stuff like that, and they could have things like that, but they're being open about it, and trying to they're not trying to hide it because they're ashamed. Because, and like I say, I'm not judging those who hide it, okay? It's because everyone has their own journey and it's fine. But I'm just saying, as a person, for me, stories are so helpful, you know. And you do not have to share if you're not comfortable. But the people who I've always gained strength from is people who make me feel like I'm not alone in this. People who struggle. They struggle and they're so lonely, and it sucks, but they're still writing stories, they're making videos, and they're just being open about it, they're being vulnerable about it, and without having to feel ashamed of it. And even if you did feel ashamed, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being ashamed. There's nothing wrong with feeling like you cannot share, because trust me, the process is so hard. You're not gonna just get there in one day. No, you're like, everybody starts out somewhere, and some people may not even want to share at all, and that's fine. You know what? But a reminder that you're not alone in times where things sucks like fucking shit. It fucking sucks. It does. You know, I think those moments are just really, really important. So yeah, making friends, especially now, I don't know, when everyone's on their phones and everything, making friends also when you're having your own mental health conditions and stuff, it's hard. It's fucking hard. It's not easy at all. Doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. Doesn't matter. It's difficult. Okay, maybe you're weird. Maybe you have some quirks about yourself that people don't understand. Maybe you're late, and maybe that's a vice that you also hate. Maybe you overthink. Maybe you're oversensitive. That's the phrase that I hear people, you know, will say. You're oversensitive, or, you know, you think too much. You're a lot of the things that you're not there yet. You know, there are a lot of things that people expect you to be, and you're not there yet. And it's not about trying to fulfill what people think of you. I think it's about trying to know, hey, you know what, this is me. Like, this is, like, I'm not this perfect girl that you see on social media, and I don't care who you are, whether you're someone that I know or someone that I don't know, or you're someone that I used to know and now you don't know me, and it's fine. You know, I'm not here to paint pictures of like a pretty perfect and wholesome and, you know, like, wow, totally successful human being that's gotten everything in life. You know, that's not the point. It's not the point. The point is just sharing a story and saying like, hey, you know what, I feel lonely, and of course I am lonely, and this is shitty, and whoever sees this video, you know, it's just real. You know what I mean? You literally are like not the only one, and you don't have to be the only one. And yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. So yeah, and so people do feel lonely, and it's not okay, but at the same time it's okay. So yeah, see you soon.